I'm Rod Newlick with Land O'Lakes Purina Feed, and today I want to illustrate the new weather-resistant qualities that we have in our new Wind and Rain Storm mineral. A couple of years ago, we improved Wind and Rain mineral by making it much more consistent in intake for the cattle. Today, we're improving it again by making it much more water resistant. So I've got a simple demonstration that I want to show that illustrates how much more water resistant this mineral is. Wind and Rain mineral has been very successful for us from the standpoint of being weather resistant, and a couple of years ago we also introduced a formula that allowed us to have more consistent consumption. But we really wanted to improve the water resistant characteristics of Wind and Rain, and so we've developed the new Storm formula. And I just want to do a simple exercise here, a simple demonstration to show you, to illustrate that as far as the water resistance of the mineral. So to do that, I'm just going to pour water through our new Wind and Rain Storm formula and also through a conventional meal mineral, and hopefully we'll illustrate just how much better the Wind and Rain formula sheds moisture. So what I'll do is put an equal amount of Wind and Rain mineral and a conventional meal mineral into these containers. Then take a, we'll hit it with an equal amount of water. I've got a line drawn on my cups here to show you that, which would really represent a heavy amount of rain if this were actual conditions. And we can put it on here. I'll pour the water through the conventional mineral first, or attempt to do that. Then we'll do the same thing for our Wind and Rain mineral. And as you'll see pretty quickly here, the water finds its way through the Wind and Rain mineral much more quickly than it does the meal mineral. The challenge that we have with conventional minerals is that the particle size is so small that it restricts the flow of water down through the mineral, so it tends to set on top. And we'll see here soon, after we let them set for a while, exactly what happens to these products after the water has been introduced to these different mineral samples. What this little demonstration will hopefully show us is that one of the most important things about a good mineral nutrition program is that we get it into the cow. It really doesn't matter how well it's formulated, how well it matches the forages or other feeds that we have, if we don't get it in the cow. So if it's blown out of the feeder, if it gets wet and spoiled so that she won't eat it, or if it's just not palatable and she doesn't consume it, that mineral product will not do anything to give you a benefit to that cow. So that's one of the most important things that we have that we want to illustrate in this demonstration. So let's kind of see how we've done. It's been about 10 or 15 minutes since we poured the water into these samples. You can see that some of the water has gone through the conventional mineral. It has retained a portion of that, but let's see what it looks like when we try to see how well it's retained it, or if we'll have some clumping that will cause the cows not to consume that mineral. You can see it's suspended very well in the cup, and we can kind of tap some of that out of there. What we'll find, of course, and you've seen this many times if you've ever fed mineral to cows, that what happens is this clump of mineral will harden and become very unpalatable and will wind up wasting that portion of the mineral. Now let's see how our new Wind and Rain Storm formula performed. You can see that most of the water passed through the mineral and very little was retained in the mineral product. We'll see how it performed from a standpoint of how it pours out. And you can see that there was some water retained in it, but that most of that is still very loose. And what we find is, once this gets a chance to dry, it doesn't clump up, and the cows have a chance to come up and nuzzle that with their nose, and they'll continue to consume it, getting that mineral nutrition into the cow.